Okay, it is 6:34 in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. Finally got me a Tibetan singing bowl. I watched a YouTube video on it today and then saved it to one of my many witchy files or whatever you want to call it. And I got me another earth element bottle since I broke my last one. This one this time is sacred healing, and thus the stones in the bottom. It's what they're designed to do. Since I broke the last one the way I did and why I did, I vowed, okay, I'm not going to do that again. Because I really love these bottles. Sadly, a lot of them you can only drink cold in. I think you can really only drink cold liquids. I have never really tried hot ones. No. Okay, here, I need to move this out a little bit. Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Okay. Since I seem to get such good responses in the bedroom, this time I decided to do the bedroom. Also, that way, it's quieter in here. I kind of consider it my own personal space, because the only time that, really it gets used is when me and Chris sleeping. And keep X-rated comments to yourself, please. Yes, it is used for that as well, but majority of the time it's just for sleep. And so we went to the Yuli this past Saturday, Universal Light Expo. Even though they're calling it something else now. To me, it'll always be the Yuli. It'll always be the Universal Light Expo. And I'm happy to see that Kelly, my friend Kelly, joined. Thank you. I love you. I will just say ahead of time, forgive me, and please don't take it wrong. Any videos that you see, that I hope it won't invoke anything negative in you, Kelly. Because some of them, I believe I do end up talking about, how hurtful it was that Coven of the Winding Road never accepted me or asked me to join them. But that's okay, because I think I'm just gonna start my own coven. But it's getting, people together, getting the right people together. Meaning I don't want somebody that's going to be, bringing a bunch of negative energy into the circle or anything. I'm thankful for every follower that I have. And I do try to cover a lot when I do my live streams. Like today is a Monday, and I know I was going to, I don't know what I might do with this live stream, but I may do my what I call cluster fudge, which is several different things at once. I haven't really gotten any feedback from my subscribers if they like that way better, or if they like me being on in multiple days of the week. Because at first I was playing around with the possibility of Monday through Friday. I actually wrote down a schedule for what I was going to cover on that particular day, but then that would make for really short live streams. Not that that's a bad thing. But the Yuli was great. We went to the one in Cincinnati. It's at the Sharonville Convention Center. It was the first time I'd ever gone to that one. It was the first time my sister Maria had ever gone to that one. And we both loved it. We brought home a lot of really nice stuff, a lot of goodies. And we even brought Chris some patchouli soap, some natural patchouli soap, because he loves patchouli. So at least we thought of him, and it was a lot of fun, but we stayed there up until an hour before they closed, which was they closed at 7 because it's 10 to 7, Saturday and Sunday. But we could only go the one day because she works on Saturdays and Sundays. And sadly, when the Yulees go on, they're always on a Saturday and a Sunday. So she usually has to get her, get her day off ahead of time. So they can't turn around and take it from her and say, no, you can't do it for whatever reason, just to be jerks, or I don't know. But, excuse me. So when I see her again, I'll be like, you better get this. You better tell your boss you need the 16th off, because that's going to be this coming Saturday now. There is a full moon rite going on Home Road, 11355 Home Road. I believe is the address. You can look it up. I'm not sure. You can look it on. I don't know if you know who Frank, Tennyson is. He does Reiki, hippie dude, really cool guy. He's been there with us before, Kelly, at the other shop, but I've been going to a lot more events at Yafa's new shop, and I absolutely love it. I mean, the place, as soon as I walk in, I don't want to leave. I finally was able to get me a whole hour Reiki session done, which I love to pieces. And my green man came through really strong. And it turns out that him and Gaia are my two primary deities. And I was like, oh, that makes sense because I'm an earth sign, so. But yeah, she gave me some really fun insight and facts into a visit that she got from Green Man while she was doing the Reiki session on me. And it was beautiful. It was really pretty. I was wearing all green that day. And I mean, Green Man absolutely loves it when I wear green. Go figure, right? But I think with him, it's more, earth tones and stuff like that, which makes sense. I do have my bright fairy side that likes the bright colors and likes the pink hair and the, whatever else. I have my wings. This guy at a dance I went to recently at Yafa's new shop gave me these beautiful wings, these white wings. And I was just dumbfounded because this guy, he didn't know me. He had just met me. But when he put those wings on me, I'll tell you, man, it transformed me. I think the video footage is somewhere. I don't know if they're going to put it on YouTube or not, but if they do, I hope I find it so that I can definitely put it in my save list because I'd like to watch it myself. It was called Trance Dance, and it was the Sunday after we had like a workshop on Saturday, not last Saturday, but this was like a week ago. And we had a thing on Saturday and then a thing on Sunday and then Sister Circle on Tuesday. Yafa was going to do something that Friday, I think, with, I forget what it was, something about the womb and, honoring the womb and stuff like that. And she said, guys can go to it too. But I didn't go to that because she made us believe that after the Sister Circle this past Tuesday, well, last Tuesday now, she was going to be gone for a month. So going on a vacation or something like that, which, I mean, yeah, let's face it, we all need vacations. I've just never had one. The closest I've ever come to a vacation was the few times that I've been at Ravenwood Castle, but the most time I've been able to spend there so far was 2 days. And that cost over $400. So yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. But, that's a little too pricey for my pocketbook right now. But we're okay, for the most part. I've just been trying to focus on me and getting my own self mastered. And I got me a beautiful dragon oracle deck that I absolutely love. And got my singing bowl finally. And I've wanted one of these things for a long time. But I had to watch a video to learn how to do it because the lady that sold the bowls to us showed us how to do it, but it didn't register in my mind. So I was like, okay, apparently I'm doing something wrong. So when I watched the video and then saved it into my witchy stuff file or whatever on here, my YouTube witchy stuff, my playlist, it was very helpful. But the hard part for me is going to be because you're supposed to hold palm out. and the fingers are not supposed to be touching it or anything. You can use either side to play it. I mean, you may know something about singing bowls. I don't, but I'm trying to share my insight for those that may want a singing bowl or have acquired one recently and they don't know how to play it either. So I don't see anything wrong with incorporating that into this live stream. This side, the suede side, will cause a duller, more subtle sound. So you can barely hear it. And then you can do this side, which will be more high pitched. So, I'm not by no means an expert. I'm still learning, but, I'm still proud of the fact that I was able to finally get me a singing bowl. Actually, Maria got it for me. You may say, Maria, who? I didn't know you had a sister named Maria. Well, she's a good friend in the building here, and she is a surrogate sister. She's not biological. She's not blood, but you don't have to be a sister to somebody and be biological. You can be surrogate. You know this well. A lot of us call each other sisters because we are, we're sisters of the craft. We're, sisters of the faith or many other things. But, so it's going to take some time, learning to do mine well, I guess, and learning my own rhythms, because when she did it, the lady that sold them to us, she did it so well, but then she's been doing it for a while, I'm sure. She did it so well that I literally was getting cold chills from head to toe. And I thought that was pretty awesome. So it's pretty, because it's like after 6 here. I know that it's after 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably 10 or 11 where Brooke is at, because she's in England. Brooke is my daughter-in-law, my son Michael's fiance. She came to Columbus for 12 days, December 29th, last December 29th, just passed. We had to rush, hurry, and move my mom into a new place because our sister threw her out in the middle of winter, our 90-year-old mother. So, yeah, I'm not real happy about that. I've talked about it on other videos. But just to give a recap so you don't have to go, what video was that? Because I honestly don't remember how far back. It would probably be in the month of December sometime. But I thought it was pretty cruel and heartless and showed just how low Naomi would stoop to, sell the house, get the money for it, and now she's blowing through it like she always does, like there's no tomorrow. She's even had the city called on her several times because of the smell reeking from her house because she don't clean it. The cats are still alive, but I'm amazed every day and grateful every day that they're still alive because she has 3 cats. They're all obese. They're seriously overweight. One of her cats doesn't walk when she don't walk, she waddles. They're way too heavy. That's not healthy for them. And, you can go back further in my YouTube videos and you'll see plenty of them that I've talked about different things like that I don't like about Naomi, and I no longer call her sister. She divorced the family when she kicked mom out. And, but here's the thing. We divorced her from the moment she came back from New York. She should have just stayed there because she is too far gone. She is too lost. Every time, somebody tries to help her, she would throw it back in your face and talk about you behind your back and, cheat you out of things that she promised you, say that she was going to do this, that, or the other, and then never do it. And it's a whole mess. But anyway, to keep it on the positive, I've just been trying to focus on myself right now, getting myself together, getting my weight down, because I got weighed today and I'm up to 247, and that's terrifying me because I should not be this heavy. And I can't even stand to look at myself a lot of times anymore because all I see is the weight. I no longer see the beauty within, and I just see the weight and the fat, and I, feel disgusting. I look disgusting. I'm not happy with the way I look, and it's not healthy. It's not safe. So me and my friend Maria, my sister Maria, are going to start going to the Gahanna YMCA again because they have a walking track in there that I absolutely love. But it's going to cost me $30 some a month again to get my membership re-signed up, because I don't know if they've dropped the mandate of letting guests in and they're actually letting them in again. If they do, then she might be able to get like 5 guest passes. Once those run out, then I would have to either pay to get in or get a membership anyway. So I might as well just get a membership and be done with it. I mean, it's going to be an extra payment going out but I have to look at it this way. It's for my own good, and it's for the betterment of my health, because if I don't do something, I don't want to die of a heart attack because my weight kills me or something. I had to stop coloring my hair and still to this day, when I brush my hair now, I'm brushing out gobs at a time, and that alarms me. So I figure, okay, from now on, if I want those bright, bold, wow colors, then I'll just buy a wig, in that color, and I'll put on my wig cap and, do it the safer way. But, that's my fairy side. That's my bright side. Because when some of the beauty of when Yafa was doing my Reiki session, she saw fairy wings sprouting out of my back. And I was like, wow. And the way Green Man made his appearance, she described it to me, and she said it kind of startled her a little bit because he came through so strong. But she's like, I got nothing but love for Janet. I'm just here to heal. I'm just here to help. And I was like, I loved it. I ate it up. So whenever I go there now for any kind of event, and especially if and when I happen to be sitting with my back facing the north, Green Man comes in every time. And I think that that's going to be like a special place that he can come in the strongest, because that's where he came out and showed himself to Yafa, therefore creating the connection between him and I that I know has always been there, but once you acknowledge it, and it's a whole new ball game. And so I've been trying to, sometimes I'll do a mix, like, today I'm wearing my sherbet pants, but, I'll try to do like some bright colors and then some other colors, like I'm doing black and white, because today the color of the day is white by my color code thing that I do, and white or silver. I mean, at night you could do silver probably. But I'm wearing a black thermal shirt, and, because we had to do some running today. So it was cold and rainy and yucky out. And yeah, I didn't like it. But we got it done. And doctors got me on a new med. I think it's a generic Cymbalta or something like that. That's supposed to help me with not only some weight loss, hopefully, but also help with my fibromyalgia, because it's either the Cymbalta or the other one. He gave me 2 different ones today. One of them is generic for Lyrica, because I found out myself by asking our pharmacist that we go to over here at our Kroger that, I said, I'm just curious. And I said, I know I'm going to regret asking this, but how much is it for like a 30-day supply of Lyrica? She said $600. My jaw dropped. I was like, whoa, okay, that's, I kind of figured. And that was only for a 30-day supply. I know that Lyrica works because I was able to try some that I really loved the effects. I think it was like a friend gave them to me or something. Or no, I know what it was. I was just walking down the street one day, and this was before I met Chris, I believe, or no. But anyway, I was walking down the street. It was summertime. We didn't have a car yet. So I looked down on the ground, and there was a bottle of Lyrica straight up right there, laying there. And I was like, wow. So I trusted in the goddess that it was a gift from her. And I took them. They were like 150 milligrams. I think I took like 1 a day or something like that. And I was amazed at how well it did. And I wish I could get the actual Lyrica, but if this generic stuff will do just the same, then I'm all for it. And then my insurance pays for it. Now, yes, some of the practicality of, well, it could have been laced with anything. There could have been anything in those pills, but I trusted in the goddess. And that never happened again. I think it was her way of giving it to me because she knew how expensive it was. And it also, because of how many were in the bottle, it gave me a chance to really try them out for a decent amount of time. So I could judge for myself that, yeah, these work. I love these. But so we'll see what these new ones do. But I got one of them today, and it's one where I take it once a day. So far, so good. I haven't had any like bad side effects or anything from it, which I'm thankful. Dr. Questel's a good doctor. He's me and Chris's family doctor now. And he's in Gahanna, so we have to go to the Gahanna branch to see him. But he's only there on Wednesdays and Thursdays in the morning. So he wants to see me again in 2 months to see how these two new ones, the generic Lyrica and the generic Cymbalta, is hopefully they're going to help me with my weight, help me to get some of my weight down, and, give me some appetite suppression so I'm not eating myself stupid. Eating to fill the emptiness inside of me, and so on and so on and so on. But I'm going to take a break here. Not a break, really. Well, I'm going to walk into the other room and get some stuff to do for this live stream, because I think that this is just the way that seems to be working the best for me right now, because I'm covering several topics at once. And even though I haven't had a chance to get any feedback from any of my subscribers on here, I like doing it this way. So maybe this will just be the way to do it for a while. And then later on down the road, maybe when things settle down a little more, I can go back to the other schedule, try only doing a certain thing on Monday, a certain thing on Tuesday, a certain thing on Wednesday, and all the way up to Saturday and Sunday, which I take off. So I won't do any live streams on either of those days, because that's my 2 days off. Plus, I'm going to here soon, maybe as early as tomorrow, I'm going to be going downstairs to my sister Maria's, and start working on using her bedroom for our meditation room. But when we're in there meditating, the cats are going to have to be shut out, because she's got 3 cats. So we're going to have to shut them out of the bedroom. Otherwise, we're not going to get anything done, because the whole idea behind meditation is you got to have that quiet place. You can't have your pets jumping on your lap and in your face and wanting attention when they know, at the worst possible time, when you don't want to give them attention because you want to focus on your meditation, and you can't do that because they're too much of a distraction. So even though we love our pets dearly, they're going to have to be shut out of the bedroom when we're in there meditating. I'm going to have to help her learn how to meditate, because she don't know how to do it herself. She bought this beautiful maze, mauve. They call her different things. She's from the fairy realm. She got this beautiful statue of her. I swear, I'll tell you, it's like that wide and probably about this tall. I mean, it's a good size. It takes up, if I set it on this table, it would take up a good portion of this table right now. So let me go get that stuff, including my dragon deck, so I can bring some interesting. Ow. They're still doing news at 7. Okay, I'm back. Well, how I usually start this out is I will read 3 nature cards from this collection that I was able to get a while back, but never got the complete collection because I didn't make my payments, so they stopped sending me the cards. Yeah, so I'll probably never get this again. There's Bella hopping on the bed. He's our Maine Coon. He's we've had him for a while now, at least a couple years. But he's not full-blooded Maine Coon, but to me, he is. He's got more the traits of a dog, even though he's a cat, and he's got big paws, and he's so cute. Okay, so the three nature cards that I'm covering today are going to be Savory, Uva Ursi, and Hawkweed. There are actually two savories, one winter and one summer, and medicinally they are interchangeable. The curative power of savory for the digestive system has been known for centuries. As a culinary herb, it was once described as poor man's sauce. Plant facts. Savory is a member of the mint family. Its stems are strongly branched and it grows to a height of 12 to 20 inches. The whole plant emits a spicy aroma and tastes sharp and peppery. Origin. Savory originated around the Black Sea. During the Middle Ages, Benedictine monks brought the plants across the Alps into Europe. Today, it is cultivated in sunny, well-drained soil in Asia and in North America as well. A culinary favorite, it's also an antibacterial and hastens healing. Parts used: the leaves, flowers, and stems. Fresh or dried can all be used. In the United States, both winter and summer savory are best known as culinary herbs, but the plant parts, as tradition has long shown, can also be used for many medicinal purposes. Components. Savory's medicinal effect is primarily due to its antibacterial essential oils, carvacrol, cymol, thymol, and phenol. Savory also includes small amounts of bitters and tannins. Indications. Savory promotes appetite, stimulates digestion, and relieves flatulence. Stomach and intestinal infections, including diarrhea, respond well to it. Because savory is an antibacterial, tinctures made from the plant have been traditionally used for a sore throat gargle as a remedy for asthma and bronchitis. A little lore. In Greek legend, the savories were the property of the Lacharius satyrs, the half goat men. There is also a story that savory was banned from monastery gardens in the Middle Ages to protect monks from the plant's supposed aphrodisiac effects. Methods of administration. Tea infusion. Pour 1 cup of boiling water over 1 teaspoon of dried leaves. Cover and steep for 10 minutes. Strain and drink the tea hot after meals, or simmer 1/4 ounce of savory shoots in boiling water for 10 minutes, so savory shoots. Drink a cup 3 times a day before or after meals. Compresses. Compresses with savory tea are especially useful for minor skin irritations, abrasions and cuts, as well as insect bites or wasp stings. Because savory disinfects, reduces swelling, and relieves pain. Pour 1 quart of boiling water over 1 ounce of dried savory and steep for 15 minutes. Then dip compresses into the tea and place on the affected area for quick relief. Bath. A relaxing bath from a savory infusion will help soothe irritated skin and give you all of the healing benefits of a savory compress. Pour 1 quart of boiling water over 3.5 ounces of dried or fresh savory. Steep the infusion for 20 minutes. Strain the mixture and add to your bath water. So that was that one. Next is the Uva Ursi. The Uva Ursi, or common bearberry, was once considered a magical plant whose powers included protection against ghosts. Its name refers to bears' fondness for the plant's red fruit. Uva ursi means bear's grape in Latin. Because of its disinfectant capability, Uva ursi is a potent remedy for infections of the urinary tract. facts. Yuva ursi, a grassland plant, is a dwarf shrub that grows 12 to 16 inches high and has low trailing stems. The leathery evergreen leaves have a slightly bitter taste. Bright red sour berries develop from pink flowers. Origin: Yuva ursi grows in northern Europe, the Alps, northern Asia, and North America. It can be found in light, dry pine and larch forests and a dwarf shrub areas, in bogs, and in the mountains among dwarf pines. For acute inflammation of the urinary tract, that's some of the things it can help with. Parts used: for medicinal purposes, only the leaves. Finely chopped or coarsely ground are used. Components: the most medicinally significant ingredient in Yuva ursi is arbutin, which, when transformed by the body into hydroquinone, acts as a strong disinfectant. The leaves also contain tannins, bitters, flavology, coside, and triterpene. Indications: largely because of hydroquinone's disinfectant property, Yuva ursi is very effective against acute inflammations of the ureters, bladder, and urethra. It may be even more effective in the urine if the urine can be kept alkaline. So it helps to avoid acidic foods while taking Yuva ursi. When cystitis or other urinary tract infections must be treated with antibiotics, Yuva ursi is still valuable as a supplementary therapy. However, Yuva ursi should not be taken if there is also kidney infection. Traditional medicine has treated vaginal infections with douches made of infusions of Yuva ursi leaves. Take care. Yuva ursi contains tannins, which generally improve resistance to infections. However, too many can irritate the mucous lining of the stomach and cause indigestion. Boiling the leaves increases the tannins' potency, so make a tea via cold infusion. Methods of administration. Cold infusion. Pour 3 cups of cold water over about 3 teaspoons of dried or fresh Yuva ursi leaves. Let the herbs stand for 12 to 24 hours. Stirring occasionally. Strain. Warm up. Do not boil. And drink 2 to 3 lukewarm cups over the course of the day. Don't exceed 3 cups per day. A harmless side effect is that your urine may become discolored. Tincture. Pour a third cup of vodka, 70 proof, over 3/4 ounce of Yuva ursi leaves. Let it stand tightly covered for 4 to 6 weeks, shaking it several times a day. Then strain out the residue. Use 3 drops 3 times a day. Commercial preparations. Various commercial remedies are available at health food stores in the form of tablets and drops. Follow the recommended dosage on the label. Caution. Use only products with standardized mixtures containing arbutin. These products, should not be used for more than 1 week and never exceed approved dosage without the advice of a physician. Do not take if you are pregnant or have kidney disease. And that's the last of that one. Hawkweed is my last one for today that I'm reading. Although hawkweed was used extensively in the Middle Ages to treat mild diarrhea and to counteract coughs and other lung conditions, the mild plant eventually fell out of favor. Herbs today substitute the more potent yarrow or gentian to remedy the same symptoms hawkweed once treated. Plant facts. A member of the Asteraceae family, which includes the daisy and sunflower, the parential hawkweed is distinguished from its many relatives by its leafless stem, which grows up to 2 feet high. Its yellow flowers bloom from May through July. The leaves, which grow out of the root crown, are purplish, thin, and somewhat hairy along the central vein. For coughs, lung conditions, and wounds, Origin. This species is native to all temperate parts of the world except Australia. In North America, hawkweed is found primarily in pine woods and the dry hills of eastern and northern regions, where it is considered a troublesome weed. Parts used. The roots and leaves gathered while the plant is in bloom may be used medicinally. The herb should be dried in the shade with the older yellow leaves removed first. Components. While there has not been extensive analysis of this plant's components, hawkweed is known to contain various tannins and bitters that are primarily responsible for the mild healing effects. Resins have also been found. Indications. Because more potent herbs such as yarrow, gentian, and wild cherry are readily available, hawkweed is no longer in use. In the past, the herb was used in the treatment of mouth and throat irritations, coughs, diarrhea, and mild fever. The fresh leaves of the plant were said to remove warts as well, so their juice was applied to affected areas. Oh gosh, it's killing my back. That's the one thing about doing it this way is I have no back support and it hurts. A little lore. It was believed during the Middle Ages that when hawkweed was fed to horses, they would not feel pain or be injured when the farrier shooed them. The herb, paradoxically, was also thought to be toxic to sheep who consumed it, so toxic that it would kill them. Methods of administration. Since hawkweed is no longer used today by herbalists, the following recipes offer yarrow, a remedy that's more potent and effective as a substitute. For tea, for sore throats, pour 1 cup of boiling water over 1 teaspoon of dried yarrow. Steep for 10 to 20 minutes and then strain. Drink 1 cup of the unsweetened tea twice a day. To relieve coughs associated with colds, drink half a cup of the tea up to 3 times a day. Continue the regimen until symptoms improve. If a cough persists for more than 4 days, see a physician. Compress. For minor injuries or wounds, make yarrow tea above, steep for 10 minutes, strain, dip a cloth into the tea and apply it hot, but not to the point of burning. Leave the compress in place for 15 minutes. Note, do not place a compress on an open wound because of the risk of infection. So that's my 3 cards for today. The next 3 I'll be covering next time I'm on here is fumitory, hawthorn, and wild pansy. I could show you the pictures, but if you want to see what they look like, just get online, punch in yarrow or whatever herb, and it'll show you the pictures. Okay, now, because I'm so much further into the Buckland Blue book, I'm going to go ahead with the Wiccan book because I'm not as far into that one. I did this mostly for, people that want to learn, magic that haven't been practicing it as long as you or I have. So today I'm covering chapter 4, tools. In common with most religions, certain objects are used in Wicca for ritual purposes. These tools invoke the deities, banish negativity, and direct energy through our touch and intention. Some of the tools of the witch, the broom, cauldron, and magic wand, have gained firm places in contemporary folklore and myth. Through the popularization of folktales and the work of Disney Studios, millions know that cauldrons are used to brew up potions and that wands transform the drab into the beautiful. Most folks, however, don't know the powerful magic behind such tools and their inner symbolism within Wicca. To practice Wicca, you may want to collect at least some of these tools. Search through antique and junk shops, swap meets, and flea markets for these treasures. Or write or email occult suppliers. Though difficult to find, your ritual tools are well worth any efforts expended to obtain them. These tools aren't necessary to the practice of Wicca. They do, however, enrich rituals and symbolize complex energies. The tools have no power save for that which we lend to them. Some say that we should use magical tools until we no longer need them. Perhaps it's better to use them as long as you feel comfortable in doing so. The broom. Witches use brooms in magic and ritual. It is a tool sacred to both the goddess and god. This is nothing new. Pre-Columbian Mexico saw the worship of a type of witch deity. I can't even pronounce that. Tlazelteotl, whoever that is, who was pictured riding naked on a broom. No, thank you. Rather not. The Chinese worship a broom goddess who is invoked to bring clear weather in times of rain. Then, too, probably because of its phallic shape, the broom became a powerful tool against curses and practitioners of evil magic. Laid across the threshold, the broom halted all spells sent to the house or those resident within. A broom under the pillow brought pleasant dreams and guarded the sleeper. European witches became identified with the broom because both were infused with magic in religious and popular thought. Witches were accused of flying on broomsticks, and this was considered proof of their alliance with dark powers. Such an act, if it could be performed, would indeed be supernatural and therefore of the devil in their eyes. In contrast to the simple healing and love spells that witches actually performed, of course, the tale was invented by witch persecutors. Today, the broom is still used in Wicca. A Wicca may begin a ritual by sweeping the area indoors or out, lightly with the magic broom. After this, the altar is set up, the tools carried out, and the ritual is ready to begin. This sweeping is more than a physical cleansing. In fact, the broom's bristles needn't touch the ground. While brushing, the Wiccan visualizes the broom sweeping out the astral buildup that occurs where humans live. This purifies the area to allow smoother ritual workings. Since it is a purifier, the broom is linked with the element of water. Thus, it is also used in all types of water spells, including those of love and psychic workings. Many witches collect brooms, and indeed their endless variety and the exotic materials used in their manufacture make this an interesting hobby. If you wish to make your magic broom, you might try the old magical formula of an ash staff, birch twigs, and a willow binding. The ash is protective, the birch is purifying, and the willow is sacred to the goddess. Of course, a branch from any tree or bush can be used in place of the broom. While cutting it, thank the tree for its sacrifice, using such words as will be found in the Herbal Grimoire section of the Standing Stones Book of Shadows, section 3 of this book. A tiny broom of pine needles can also be used. In early American slave weddings, as well as gypsy nuptials, the couple often ritually jumped a broomstick to solemnize their union. Hey, Bella. Such marriages were quite common until recent times. Wiccan and pagan hand fastings often include a broom leap. There are many old spells involving brooms. In general, the broom is a purificatory and protective instrument used to ritually cleanse the area for magic or to guard a home by laying it across the threshold, under the bed, in windowsills, or on doors. The broom used for magic, as with all magical tools, should be reserved for this purpose only. If you decide to buy a broom, try to find a round one. The flat shaker type brooms just don't seem to have the same effect. Wand. The wand is one of the prime magical tools. It has been used for thousands of years in magical and religious rites. It is an instrument of invocation. Goddess and god may be called to watch the ritual with words and an uplifted wand. It is also sometimes used to direct energy, to draw magical symbols or a circle on the ground, to point toward danger while perfectly balanced on the witch's palm or arm, or even to stir brew in a cauldron. The wand represents the element of air to some Wiccans and is sacred to the god. There are traditional woods used for the wand, including willow, elder, oak, apple, peach, hazel, cherry, and so on. Some Wiccans cut it the length from the crook of the elbow to the tip of the forefinger, but this isn't necessary. Any fairly straight piece of wood can be used. Even dowels purchased from hardware stores work well, and I've seen beautifully carved and painted wands made from these. My very first one was a dowel rod that I got and cut in half and, decorated. New Age consciousness and merchandising has brought the wand into renewed prominence. Delightful, beautiful creations fashioned of silver and quartz crystals are now available in a wide range of sizes and prices. These certainly could be used within Wiccan ritual, though wooden wands, have a longer history. Don't worry about finding the ideal wand at first. One will come to you. I used a length of licorice root as a wand for a while and had good results with it. Any stick you use will be infused with power. Find one that feels comfortable, and it'll do just fine. Censer. The censer is an incense burner. It can be a complex swinging metal censer like those used in the Catholic Church, or a simple seashell. The censers holds the smoldering incense during Wiccan rites. If you cannot find a suitable censer, make one. Any bowl or cup half filled with sand or salt will serve well. The salt or sand absorbs the heat from the charcoal or incense and prevents the bowl from cracking. Incense sticks can also be pushed into the salt or cones placed upon its surface. Incense use in ritual and magic, is an art in and of itself. When no specific incense is called for in rituals and spells, use your own intuition and creativity in determining which blend to use. Stick, cone, or block incense can be used, but most Wiccans favor the raw or granulated incense, the type that must be burned on self-igniting charcoal briquettes available from occult suppliers. Either is fine. In ceremonial magic, spirits are sometimes commanded to appear in visible form in the smoke rising from the censer. While this isn't part of Wicca, the goddess and god can sometimes be seen in the curling, twisting smoke. Sitting while breathing slowly and watching the smoke can be an entrancing act, and you might slip into an alternate state of consciousness. Wiccan ritual, when performed indoors, isn't complete without incense. Outdoors, a fire often substitutes, or stick-type incense is stuck into the ground. Thus, the censer is an important tool for indoor rites. To some of the Wicca, the censer represents the element of air. It is often placed before the images of the deities on the altar, if there are any. Cauldron. The cauldron is the witch's tool par excellence. It is an ancient vessel of cooking and brew making, steeped in magical tradition and mystery. The cauldron is the container in which magical transformations occur. The sacred grail, the holy spring, the sea of primeval creation. The Wicca see the cauldron as a symbol of the goddess, the manifested essence of femininity and fertility. It is also symbolic of the element of water, reincarnation, immortality, and inspiration. Concerning Caradwyn's cauldron have had a strong impact on contemporary Wicca. The cauldron is often a focal point of ritual. During spring rites, it is sometimes filled with fresh water and flowers. During winter, a fire may be kindled within the cauldron to represent the returning heat and light of the sun, or the god. From the cauldron, the goddess. This links in with agricultural myths wherein the god is born in winter, reaches maturity in summer, and dies after the last harvest. Ideally speaking, the cauldron should be of iron, resting on 3 legs, with its opening smaller than its widest part. Cauldrons can be difficult to find, even small ones, but a thorough search usually produces some type of cauldron. A few mail-order houses stock cauldrons, but not regularly. You may wish to query these sources. Cauldrons come in all sizes, ranging from a few inches in diameter to monsters 3 feet across. I have collected a few, including an old one reserved for ritual purposes. The cauldron can be an instrument of scrying or crystal gazing by filling it with water and staring into its inky depths. It can also serve as a container in which to brew up those infamous Wicca brews. But bear in mind that a large fire and plenty of patience are required to make liquids boil in larger cauldrons. Most Wiccans use stoves and cooking pots today. If you have difficulty finding a cauldron, persevere and one will eventually materialize. It certainly can't hurt to ask the goddess and god to send one your way. Magic knife. The magic knife, or athame, has an ancient history. It isn't used for cutting purposes in Wicca, but to direct the energy raised during rites and spells. It is seldom used to invoke or call upon the deities, for it is an instrument of commanding and power manipulation. We'd rather invoke the goddess and god. The knife is often dull, usually double-edged, with a black or dark handle. Black absorbs power. When the knife is used in ritual to direct energy, some of this power is absorbed into the handle, only a tiny amount, which can be called upon later. Then again, sometimes energy raised within Wiccan ritual is channeled into the knife for later use. The stories of swords with magical powers and names are quite common in mythic literature, and swords are nothing more than large knives. Some Wiccans engrave their knives with magical symbols, usually taken, but this isn't necessary. As with most magical tools, the knife becomes powerful by your touch and usage. If you so desire, however, scratch words, symbols, or runes onto its blade or handle. A sword is sometimes used in Wicca, as it has all the properties of the knife, but can be difficult for indoor rituals due to its size. Because of the symbolism of the knife, which is a tool that causes change, it is commonly linked with the element of fire. Its phallic nature links it with the god. White-handled knife. The white-handled knife, or bolin, is simply a practical working knife as opposed to the purely ritualistic magic knife. It is used to cut wands or sacred herbs, inscribe symbols onto candles or on wood, clay, or wax, and in cutting cords for use in magic. It is usually white-handled to distinguish it from the magic knife. Some Wiccan traditions dictate that the white-handled knife be used only within the magic circle. This would, of course, limit its usefulness. It seems to me that using it solely for ritual purposes, such as harvesting flowers from the garden to place on the altar during ritual, confirms the tool's sacredness and so allows its use out of sacred space. Crystal sphere. Quartz crystals are extremely popular today, but the quartz crystal sphere or ball is an ancient magical tool. It is exquisitely expensive, selling for $20 to thousands of dollars, depending on size. Most crystal balls on the market today are glass, leaded glass, or even plastic. Genuine quartz crystal spheres can be determined by their high prices and inclusions or irregularities. The crystal has long been used in contemplative divination. The diviner gazes into the ball until the psychic faculties blossom, and images seen in the mind or projected by it into the depths of the crystal reveal the necessary information. In Wiccan ritual, the crystal is sometimes placed on the altar to represent the goddess. Its shape, spheroid, is goddess symbolic, as are all circles and rounds, and its icy cold temperature, another way to determine genuine rock crystal, is symbolic of the depths of the sea, the goddess's domain. Then, too, the crystal may be used to receive messages from the gods or to store energy raised in ritual. Some Wiccans scry in the crystal to call up images of the goddess or of past lives. It is a magical object touched with the divine, and if you find one, guard it carefully. Periodic exposure to moonlight or rubbing the crystal with fresh mugwort will increase its ability to spark our psychic powers. It may be the center of full moon rituals. Cup. The cup is simply a cauldron on a stem. It symbolizes the goddess and fertility and is related to the element of water. Though it can be used to hold water, which is often present on the altar, it may also contain the ritual beverage imbibed during the rite. The cup can be made of nearly any substance: silver, brass, gold, earthenware, soapstone, alabaster, crystal, and other materials. Pentacle. The pentacle is usually a flat piece of brass, gold, silver, wood, wax, or clay, inscribed with certain symbols. The most common, and indeed the only necessary one, is the pentagram, the five-pointed star that has been used in magic for millennia. The pentacle was borrowed from ceremonial magic. In this ancient art, it was often an instrument of protection or a tool used to evoke spirits. In Wicca, the pentacle represents the element of earth and is a convenient tool upon which to place amulets, charms, or other objects to be ritually consecrated. It is sometimes used to summon the gods and goddesses. Pentacles are also hung over doors and windows to act as protective devices, or are ritually manipulated to draw money owing to the Pentacles Earth associations. The Book of Shadows. The Book is a Wiccan workbook containing invocations, ritual patterns, spells, runes, rules governing magic, and so on. Some books of shadows are passed from one Wiccan to another, usually upon initiation, but the vast majority of books of shadows today are composed by each individual Wiccan. Don't believe the stories in most other Wiccan books that one single book of shadows has been handed down from antiquity, for each sect of Wicca seems to claim that their own is the original and they're all different. Although until recently a book of shadows was usually handwritten, Today, typed or even photocopied versions are quite common. Some Wiccans are even computerizing their books to create, as friends of mine call it, the floppy disk of shadows. To make your own book of shadows, begin with any book. These are available in most art stores and bookshops. If you cannot find a bound blank book, any lined exercise book will do. Simply write in this book any rituals, spells, invocations, and magical information that you have either composed or found elsewhere and would like to preserve. Remember, all books of shadows, including one in section 3, are suggestions as to ritual, not holy writ. Never feel tied down to these words. In fact, many witches use 3-ring binders, shuffling around pages, adding or subtracting information from their book of shadows at will. It is a good idea to end. Not only does this ensure that you've read the work completely, it also allows easier reading by candlelight. Ideally, all rites are memorized. There's nothing more distracting than having to read or glance at the book, or created spontaneously. But if you would read your rites, be sure your copies are legible by flickering firelight. Bell. The bell is a ritual instrument of incredible antiquity. Ringing a bell unleashes vibrations that have powerful effects according to its volume, tone, and material of construction. The bell is a feminine symbol and so is often used to invoke the goddess in ritual. It is also rung to ward off evil spirits, spells, and so on, to halt storms or to evoke good energies. Placed in cupboards or hung on the door, it guards the home. Bells are sometimes rung in ritual to mark various sections and to signal a spell's beginning or end. Any type of bell can be used. These are some of the tools used in Wiccan ritual. Working with them, familiarizing yourself with their powers, and pouring your own energy into them, you may find their use becoming second nature. Gathering them is a problem, but this can be seen as a magical test of the seriousness of your Wiccan interest. As you collect each tool, you can prepare it for ritual. If old, it should be stripped of all associations and energies. You don't know who owned the tool, nor to what purposes it may have been used. To begin this process, clean the tool physically, using the appropriate method. When the object is clean and dry, bury it in the earth or a bowl full of sand or salt for a few days, allowing the energies to disperse. An alternate method consists of plunging the tool into the sea, river, or lake, or even your own bathtub after purifying the water by adding a few pinches of salt. Don't ruin a good piece of wood by wetting it. Similarly, don't mar the finish of some other object by allowing it to contact salt. Use the most appropriate method for each tool. After a few days, dig up the tool, wipe it clean, and it is ready for magic. If you use the water method, leave the object submerged for a few hours, then dry it. If desired, repeat until the tool is clean, refreshed, and new. There are consecration ceremonies for the Wiccan tools in Section 3, as well as preparation rites in the Herbal Grimoire section there. Both are optional. Use as your intuition dictates. Carpal tunnel. So that is... Next is Chapter 5, Music, Dance, and Gesture, which I'll do next time. Anyway. That's a lot of reading. So, right now I'm just drinking water in my bottle here. Hey, Bella. Here, come on. There you go. Hello. He's going right back over to the pillow. He likes to lay on Daddy's pillows. And the Buckland book, I'm up to lesson 7. Meditation, Dreams, and the Minor Sabbats. Okay, I was just checking the time. 7:33 p.m. my time. EST, Eastern Standard Time. I'm just seeing how many pages the Buckland Blue Book is with this lesson. Oh my goodness. Ew, this is a long one. Oh boy. Oh yeah, that's I may have to save that for tomorrow because that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 pages. I think I'll save that till tomorrow. I also wanted to show off some of my new pretties. This is a pretty pouch that Maria got for me. It's got an extra long strap on it. Sometimes I use it to carry my phone. Other times I use it for other stuff, but most of the time I'll probably use it for my phone. This lovely pentacle with a triquetra in the middle, I couldn't resist. The pentacle is purple, the triquetra and the Celtic knotwork on the outside is green, and then it's also black. So I fell in love with it. And I just got this feeling to get it for this deck. This is my new dragon deck. Come on, Kalika. Here. If you want to come up. Here's my cat, Kalika. She got to come up and see what mommy doing. Huh. The day I bought this deck and used it for the first time was at the Yuli. Me and Maria were sitting at a table. We had just got done eating, and so we cleared our food off the table, threw away our containers or whatever that the food was in, and all that, so I could make room to be able to do a layout with the cards. So as soon as I opened the deck and did my daily card for the day, I was very shocked, surprised, and equally grateful and appreciative that the dragon that first showed itself to me was called Platinum. In this particular deck and book, there's 4 dragon clans. Because I don't know if you've ever seen this deck or not. The back of the cards are real pretty. Because see, it's a dragon shape in the stars. The clans are Earthwalk dragons, galactic dragons, grandmaster dragons, and guardian dragons. Well, Platinum is in the grandmaster clan. When I saw that card, I just started crying. I lost it. It was a happy cry. It wasn't sad or anything like that. It was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is the one that chose me. And it was just so precious. I'll never forget it. I will read it for you, just so anybody that sees this later will know what dragon I'm talking about. And since it's the first dragon that showed itself to me, I consider it my dragon. I am the keeper of secrets. This incredible being is the guardian of the Atlantean temples. He connects to Saint Germain and is the historian and record keeper of all events during the Atlantean era. He can take you to and bestow upon you the magic encompassed in that time. His message: I am the keeper of secrets, which are as old as the universe itself. I am here to impart this ancient knowledge to you, for yourself and others. This wisdom has been hidden for eons and forgotten by many. Now is the time for these memories to resurface and for you to acquire ancient knowledge. Like many things, these secrets have been hidden in plain view. All you need to do is ask to be reconnected to them. During meditation, Platinum will show you what to learn and recall, bring you into full alignment with new chakra energy, and guide you through the chakra color system. He will make you aware of your healing potential and connect with your abilities deeply, enabling you to clear the lower vibrations from your physical and spiritual bodies, paving the way for you to become a truly awesome spiritual warrior. And I will show you his card. Here he is. Oh, goodness sakes. Why are you guys jumping off my lap here? Don't do that. This is Platinum. And as you can see, the spire standing in front of him has the chakra colors in it. He is kind of like platinum, the color platinum. He's kind of like I see blues and greens and kind of silver in his colors. But yeah, this is a really awesome deck. I'm glad that it picked me. And when I read Maria's card from the deck that day, she cried as well because it was equally precious to her, because the dragon that came through is called Serene, and Serene has a dragon in the picture, and it also has a human form, because dragons can take any form, I guess, or many forms. So they have a human counterpart, and it's looking like Platinum very well could be mine, because he was the first one that came up in the reading. The very first time I opened the deck, before I even really had a chance to even start bonding with it. And I hope in a future live stream to maybe do a meditation of sorts where Platinum is the card that I will be holding and meditating on. But Mother Mary is the connection on the Serene card that I read for Maria, and it made her cry too, for the same reason. It was happy tears, so that's always good. And I've done every reading in the book because there's only a few, but it also tells you that this is one of those, because it's a Dragon Path Oracle deck. You can do other types of readings if you want. So I thought it would be fun to do like a past, present, future card for myself. I would do a daily card for somebody else on here, but my daily card for today, actually, I think was Serene. It was the card that first showed itself to Maria. And every time Platinum comes up in a reading, I start crying. Doesn't matter what position he's in or holds. No, Kalika, don't get on that table, baby. It invokes a very strong deep emotional response in me, and I love that about it. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading of my own from this, because there is a 3-card reading in here in the book with this deck, but it's for a different reason. So this, Kalika, nobody wants to see your butt, okay? We don't need to be seeing you sticking your butt up in the freaking camera. I'm going to do a past, present, and future for myself. And I'll do a general. What is a past, present, and future through this deck about myself that I need to see and know? It's card number 1. Card number 2. And card number 3. And I have my eyes closed just to make it a nice surprise for whatever ends up coming up. This deck does not have any reverse meanings, which I like about it. Okay, my past. No surprise there. Divine Feminine. My present. Peace. And my future. Emergence. And that is the dragon that is on the front of the book. So this should be interesting. I got to remember to write this down too, because each time I do a reading, especially when it's a new deck, I try to make it a habit of writing down what comes up each time, so that if I feel the need to reference any of the cards later, I can go back and go, oh yeah, it was this card, and this card. Okay, so let me move these over a little bit, because I have limited space on this little tiny table. Divine Feminine. And this is my past. Okay, she is page 135. I think she's like next to the last card in the book. And her counterpart is the dragon called Hearn, as in, you know, to me, care newness, you know, Hearn is one of the forest god names, you know, and so on. Divine Feminine. And this is my past. It's time to stop playing small and claim your place within the circle of light. Divine Feminine is the smallest dragon I have yet encountered. She appeared near the time of the summer solstice, and her counterpart is Hearn, who symbolizes the divine masculine. She is here to connect you to your divine female energy. She told me, you possess everything you need for your existence on earth. All you need to do is accept and understand it. When we begin to realize that we no longer have to look outside ourselves for answers and approval or feel the need for possessions, we can begin honoring ourselves as spiritual human beings. We are exactly who we need to be and where we need to be at any moment. Divine Feminine brings a sense of acceptance when we find ourselves at crossroads and assures us we have infinite resources to see us through. Often she appears around the solstices or equinoxes, or at times we are coming to a completion of a cycle. She guides us to keep our faith and stay true to ourselves, following our inner guidance during transitional times. Feminine is the smallest of all the dragons. She carries an immense power. And this is her message to you. It matters not how small you may feel on the inside. In truth, you are more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine. This power is deep within you, and you know intuitively what is required of you. It's time to stop playing small and claim your place within the circle of light so that you shine. Others are drawn to you like the sunrise on summer solstice morning. So own it. It is yours. Own it without fear or ego, but with acceptance and grace. She allows us for the first time to acknowledge and touch a feeling of personal power, for she encourages deep trust in the divine, which settles itself comfortably in our being. Present, peace. She is page 57. Way too far. Here she is. Allow me to pull together your scattered energies, which I do have, and that's my present right now. This beautiful and gentle dragon encourages us to be kind to ourselves. We frequently push ourselves too hard in our lives. At work or at home, we forget who we truly are and can miss the beauty in life as we become self-absorbed. This dragon's energy guides us to an inner tranquility, helping us to feel and trust that everything is fine. Finally, we begin to see and understand the beauty and lessons in all things. Although incredibly powerful, this tranquil dragon brings the energy of gentle bliss, like the early morning summer sun, giving us a sense of completeness we previously lacked. If she has come to you today, her message is this: allow me to pull together your scattered energies so that you can feel a sense of peace enter your soul. Every situation has a legacy, but alas, occasionally it can take a little time to appreciate or understand this fully. Let my presence help release any negative feelings, for you are truly a creator and are immensely powerful. By allowing peace to enter our lives, we enable our very beings to carry more light. We become beacons for others to follow, but in order to do this effectively, we must release our need for control. If life has been dull or you are feeling generally out of sorts, call upon peace to lift your blues. She will support you by showing you the beauty of life and helping you to celebrate your experiences here on earth. But remember, you can only do this if you relinquish your need for control. Come on, Kalika. When you do so, lighter, brighter, and more connected to the universe. Hello. And future, emergence. I haven't gotten this card yet, so this will be fun. 73. There you go. Hey, baby. I'm sorry if you're upset because mommy's doing something, trying to give you love and pets. You're responsible for your life, your behavior, and your experiences, and more importantly, how you react to them. Sometimes, as spiritual beings, we find our human experience on earth can be quite tough. Listen to the wisdom of emergence as he says it's time to reflect. You need to take stock of what you value and what is important to you. Contemplation and quietness are required. Your experiences may have been vexing. It is unwise to dwell on them, but you can learn from them. Understand those you need to remember and let all others go. From this place, a new, vibrant you can emerge. But first, you must allow yourself time to reflect. Go within to that inner place of peace and bring forth that which you wish to be. This dragon appears when we need to take a long, hard look at ourselves and how we live, what we do, and more harshly, our behavior. None of the dragons are a pushover. They all demand that we take stock of ourselves, stop kidding ourselves, and are openly honest. And emergence is no different. He gets straight to the nitty gritty and informs you that you are responsible for your life, your behavior, and your experiences, and more importantly, how you react to them. Grit and determination are the order of the day when this powerful dragon finds his way into your cards. He finishes with, remember, you are safe with me. Your fears are nothing but paper tigers and figments of your imagination. Allow me to guide you as you find your balance and carve a new path. And if you want to know and maybe get this deck for yourself, any of you that watch this later, the name of the person that created it, well, there's two people listed actually, but Caroline Mitchell, and it's called Dragon Path Oracle Cards. And there's another guy on that she mentions that helps her with, like, I don't know if he did the graphic art work with it or not. But anyway, Caroline Mitchell, Dragon Path Oracle Cards. That's what this deck is. So I thought it would be fun because I've already done, the Serene card for the day. And yeah, I suppose I could read that one just for the fun of it. Okay, she's page 107. I am the lapping of waves and the morning sun. Gently flowing water and a warm summer breeze depict this dragon's energy beautifully. Serene connects to the calm and resilient energy of Mother Mary. So you can rest assured that life is going to settle down, especially if it has been rather turbulent of late. She says, I am the lapping of waves and the morning sun. Allow me to wrap you in my blue cloak of tranquility and accept my presence. As pure calm settles around you, when your inner perceptions shift, so will your outer world experiences. Remember that the tranquility you seek lies within. The volatile outside scenario is only a mirror of turbulence inside. Call upon me to guide you to that peace of heaven you crave. Observe your life experiences, changing as they begin to mirror your inner feelings of serenity. She encourages us to go gently with ourselves. We are quick to nurture others, but often neglect our own needs. We must feed ourselves with that which brings us joy and makes us feel alive. As we accept that we are important, our worldly experiences will reshape and shift in a positive way. And if you want to see what her card looks like, which I'm sure you do. Serene, where are you at? There she is. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but this is her card. I can't really move, ow, because Kalika's on my lap. So I'm sorry if you can't see her very well, but the Mother Mary figure is down here and her dragon is behind her. I will try to show a better picture of it in the future on another live stream, because I'm sure that, this she's going to come up other times for other reasons and all that. So, okay. Kind of difficult to get these back in this, because I keep them in their box because I want to keep them in good shape, and everything. And I think that's pretty much about everything that I usually cover that I had put down on the original schedule, that so far I have not been able to literally do, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if I can clusterfuck everything into one day, I don't see the harm in it. It makes for a more interesting live stream. And it broadens people's knowledge and wisdom, which, as a teacher, I believe that I am to share those things with others. I trust my witch stinks to read what I read, to do the books that I do, helping others along their path that maybe can't afford to go out and buy the books and the decks and the tools, and, so they have to improvise or they have to go a cheaper route. But this is free. All you got to do is, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, so you'll be notified on your phone whenever I do a new live stream. And if you want to pop on while I'm doing it, great. But at least for now, I keep my live streams to subs only, meaning only those that subscribe to my channel can view them, because I'm not quite ready yet to deal with all the trolls and all the negative people that will come and insult me, cut me down, say that my live streams are boring. Okay, well then don't watch them. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to help others that truly want help and that actually like my live streams. I don't need you to function. And I do have a moderator, so if one of my subs pop on at some point in the future, when I do like totally anybody can view this and all that, I will have my moderators on with me, or I won't do the live stream, or I'll just boot them out myself if I can, because I think they do give you some of those options on the little chat window on the side here. But I would have done this earlier today, but because I had an appointment today with Dr. Questel at 1:20, we had to leave out of here by 12:30-ish. So I had to hurry up and get ready. And then Maria went with us because Monday through Friday, she's just, a lot of times she sits around bored all day and doesn't have anything to do. So she likes to go with us, like sometimes we go to the store, and if there's things that she needs to get to from the store, then she'll go with us. She doesn't drive. She can't read or write very good. She suffered a stroke many years ago, back when one of her sons was born. I think the one she calls Michael. Yes, she has a son named Michael as well. And it messed up her way of speech. So she can talk, but you have to really listen to what she's trying to say. And her and I have been probably friends at least a couple of years by now. She lives downstairs in the same building that I'm in. Her apartment is far cleaner. And if friends want to come over and visit, including you, Kelly, and, any of Winding Road that wants to come over and visit, just give me a day or two notice of what day you want to come over, and I will let Maria know, and she'll open her door welcomely to everybody, because she knows that my friends are not going to do anything that's going to be disrespectful or rude or mean or, anything like that. She's a great lady. She's 63 years old. I'm one of the actual few friends that she has in this building. And then we have our lovely young neighbor next door that her name's Christy. She's a new witch. Sadly, though, she lost her mother recently, a few months ago, and she would have gone with us to the Yulee, but she didn't have the money to get herself in. I mean, yeah, one of us could have paid to get her in there, but I would have felt bad if she would have, wanted to get something and wouldn't have been able to because she had no money. Because I myself was blessed with being able to walk in the door with $200. By the time it was all said and done and we came back home, after spending almost the entire day there, I still had $54 in my pocket. So woohoo, good for me, That's pretty damn good. We walked through several times and I tried to pay attention and make note of certain things that really stuck out to me. Like the Maeve statue that she has. Oh man, is it beautiful. I wish I could have gotten it. She was $75. But for some reason, Maria's youngest cat, Tigi, is afraid of it. I guess because it's so big and she don't understand what it is. But Maeve, as you know, like I said, is from the fairy realm. Some call her Mob, some call her Mauve, or whatever it is. And, different versions of her name and whatnot. To me, Maeve is a pretty good pronunciation. It was the last statue that this guy had left. And the booth that he had just happened to be the booth I read that one card from my deck. She said, I want to get that deck. And I said, well, we better get back there then and get it for you because somebody's liable to, get it before we, if we don't go now, it might not be there. So sure enough, one of these decks, only one, waited for her. The others were gone. They had other Dragon Oracle decks. This guy, they had so many Oracle decks and so many Tarot decks, I was just dumbfounded. I am currently looking for a Gaia Oracle deck, which I do have one on my Amazon list. And now that I have my Dragon Oracle deck, I also have another Dragon deck around here somewhere, but I seem to have misplaced it. I have not yet run across it yet. But when I do, then I'll have two Dragon decks. And I mean, it's nothing for me to have another deck because I've already got a box full. Tarot decks, wands, and chalices just can't seem to get enough of me because I have so many of them. I had to cut it down to one or two that I use. Like I have one that I use downstairs on the altar and magic cabinet that Maria and I got from our friend Harold when he was still here in the building, but he moved recently. So he's over on Rich Street now. He's a blind guy, sweetheart and a half, very spiritual. And the three of us developed a closeness when he was here. But then he moved and, well, we haven't been able to get over there to the new place or anything like that yet because it's West Side Bottoms and anymore you gotta be careful when you go down there because some of the areas are not safe. And Kalika's probably going to get mad at me, but I'm sorry, baby. I need to make you get up. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, baby. Mommy had to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. Mommy had to go to the bathroom. Ow! Ow! I'm sorry, baby. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Now you get all comfortable in mommy's lap, but that doesn't mean you can't come and jump back up and get on my lap. As much gas as was coming out of my butt. kind of told me, you better get in there, sit down, or you're going to fool yourself. What it is. That was more like a cork. Damn. The reason why I use this, each one I use 3 different times. For certain ways. Okay. I'll be back here in a minute. I'm gonna go get me some this whole bottle of water. So. Okay. Spray the bed. keep the bugs down. I go through a lot of lavender Febreze because of these damn bed bugs that we're still having issues with. If you're interested in this bottle, anybody that's watching this, go to Earth's Elements. It's a web. It'll take you to the website, and it'll have these bottles. And the fun thing about it is you can take the bottom off, and that's where the crystals are. And there's a plate separating the bottom section from this section you drink. So the crystals in the bottom are infused whatever you drink in this with, in this case, Sacred Healing, or any other crystals you want to put in there. You can put runes in there. You can put, something that you want to infuse the power of it in your body. But because there's a plate that separates them, so, you won't be, drinking anything that's unhealthy or unsafe in any way. So yeah, I normally do the Buckland Blue Book, but it was too much. I just didn't have the energy to do it today because it being so late. Well, not late for some of us, but for others, like, Brooke must be thinking about me because she's, it's probably after 10 or 11 there. I try to every once in a while, I'll get on here and I'll do a live stream early in the day or early in the morning if I can. Because then thinking 5 hours ahead, there's a good likely chance that she would be able to be on. But it doesn't bother me when nobody's on when I'm doing a live stream because they can just watch it at their leisure. They can watch it whenever they want, and that's fine. They don't have to be on every time I'm on. Let me go into the YouTube main screen. Come on. Good boy. Okay. Weight loss. Ooh, weight loss spell. That one's tempting, huh? Sometimes, sadly, computers can be slow to start up. Come on. Are you going to play or what? Hang on a second. Let me go back. Did that wrong. Come on already. It doesn't want to do it for some reason. I got to get it back to... Come on. Come on. Ow. Please refrain from scratching me. Oh, crap. Now I can't find it. Oh, man. Doggone it. Well, crap. Now I've lost the one that I was just going to play. Okay, well, let's go with this one. A lot of times... Hang on, Chloe. Hang on. Get situated. Okay, come on. Come on. It's just some of these are so slow to start. So I got to give them time. Skip ads. This is one that says healing music to relieve stress, fatigue, depression, negativity, detox negative emotions. So I'm going to give it time to frickin' activate. It doesn't usually take this long, but then, the rainy, crappy weather is not helping. You gonna lay down? Lay down. Got plenty of room right there. Got plenty of room. Great. Well, this thing is, might as well switch back to this one for the moment, because I'll hear the music when it starts playing, or it'll be, there we go. All right. I was going to say, why did it stop and then start and then stop? I got one of my flavor waters in here this time. No, I better not set that there, because as soon as I do, I would worry that Kalika would bump the table, and the bottle would fall over and break. I had a real pretty Phoenix bottle that was dual layered, and I broke it at the trance dance, because I had my wings on when I went to use the bathroom. And instead of doing the smart thing and leaving my bottle out there on the table with Maria so that I could use the bathroom, I took it in with me, sat it on the edge of the sink, and when I turned around to use the bathroom, it fell over and broke in 3 places. It was in a sleeve, so it contained the pieces, but come on now, stop cutting out. I hate when they frickin' cut out. Come on. I hope it doesn't do this the whole time. When I do my live streams, okay, you want me to leave my arm there? When I do my live streams, come on. Can't believe it keeps messing up like this. If it keeps doing this, then I'm going to change it to something else. That's it. I'm going to change it to something else, because that's going to drive me nuts. It don't seem to want to play for some reason. Let me just go into my own playlists on my YouTube channel and do something on there, because I'm not going to put up with this thing cutting in and out, cutting in and out, cutting in and out. Playlists. Ski meditation. Yeah, I'll do my Celtic mix. See if it'll do a better job at playing. Can I please have my music? Well, I may have to bring my phone in sometime and use that as a possible backup because I can play Celtic music on that as well. But I try to, what I was trying to say is I try to do some type of meditative music in the back, and this one just does not seem to want to play. Okay, let me know. Why do these have to be messing up like this? Just trying to play some music. This is really making me upset. Okay, fine. I guess I'm not going to play any music because I can't move because she's back on my lap. And if I move to try and go get my phone so that I could play some music on that, I can't because. But anyway, what else is going on? Chris lost his dad recently as well. A couple months ago, his dad passed away, and we weren't even able to go down there to observe the funeral or nothing. If they even had one for him, they probably couldn't afford it. So, um, they got his ashes. I think they're trying to work out some kind of money situation. I don't know if Chris is going to get any money from his dad or what they're trying to get or not, or if they're just giving it all to his one daughter. I think they said, like her name's Crystal or Sharon or something. Um, my friend Christy lost her mom recently too, a couple months ago. So there's been a lot of loss going on. I will do a Beltane celebration on here on April 30th, and I will do a live stream. And weather permitting, if it's not like a crappy day outside and I can sit out back again, like I was able to do for Ostara this year. For the first time, I actually did a live stream in my backyard in the back of our building. But mom's in the new place. She's on Maplewood now. There's a little attic section upstairs that I've claimed as my own, but I can't leave any of my magic stuff there. I still have my magic stuff in my bag in the trunk of my car. So whenever I want to go over there and do magic, I'll just take it upstairs, and not even worry about getting any of the stuff out until after I visited with my mom for a little bit first, because if I don't, she gets upset and she says that I just came over because I wanted to use the attic and just makes all kinds of accusations that aren't right at all or true. I love my mom, don't get me wrong, but she's being really selfish with how upset she seems to get with me when I am upstairs in the attic, and accuses me of bringing evil into her house, which I would never do. And that hurts me deeply. She knows that I'm a witch. She's always known. I've never hidden that from her. She has books on witchcraft herself that she got to read. She's got tarot decks, so if she's so against it, then why does she have tarot decks? Why does she have books on witchcraft? She never reads them, of course, but she got them to read to satisfy her curiosity and prove that I was not conjuring demons in her backyard when she lived over at the old place. any more than I'm ever going to conjure any kind of energy like that in the new place, because I would never do that. I've only slept over there once. I bought an air mattress and everything. I keep it blowed up and keep it up against the wall. I might try to go over there for a weekend sometime just to try it out and see. But the first night I slept there, the only time I've slept there so far, I was had trouble sleeping. I was uncomfortable. Think it ended up getting cold in the night, and I didn't have a heater in there at the time. So, or I had a heater, but I had it down on too low of a setting or something. But the upstairs is also Jim's bedroom. So in order to get to my little room in the attic, I have to go up the steps and go through Jim's bedroom to go through the door to go into my little attic space. I have one chair up there, but I keep our chairs for the most part in the back seat. So, or not the back seat, in the trunk of the car. So that way, when we go over there to visit or whatever, if it's nice out, people want to sit outside, then there's plenty of chairs to do that. But right now I've only got one chair over there. I've got my red bag chair, and I took everything out of there that was magical and new, and it really hurts me that my mom thinks that she has so little faith in me that she thinks that I would ever bring negative energy into that place, which I would never do. She would get upset with me, especially if I went up there and I spent 3 hours just sitting up there talking with Stephanie or any friends that I had with me, which usually most of the time, the only one that I bring is Maria. We brought Christy once for a cookout that we did there, but she went through the house, but I don't think I took her upstairs and showed her the upstairs. I didn't, because that was her first time meeting my mom and, meeting everybody there. So I didn't want to push it, and she knows I'm a witch. She's a witch herself. So she's completely okay with it. Got my birthday book and candle. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go to birthdate.co, C-O, and make sure you punch it in as birthdate.co, and it'll take you to the site. They have birthday candles. They have birthday books. They have bundles where you can get the birthday book and the candle, or you can buy them individually or separately. I've got my January 9th candle, and I got my birthday book, and it was amazing how correct everything in the book about me was. You get your name put on it, your date of birth, time of birth, I don't think they asked for my place of birth, which was fine. But even if it would have been a requirement, I would have said, Pontiac, Michigan, but it wasn't a requirement. But I gave them all the other birthday information on myself. Maria got the same thing. She got the birthday book and candle for her birthday, which is December 1st, 1958. But I didn't know her time of birth, so me and Chris put down that she was born at noon. So I hope that doesn't throw off anything the book says about her or makes anything inaccurate, because we don't have the exact time of her birth. She doesn't even know what it is. The only way that she would probably be able to find out is if she had the crib card that was on the little crib thing that they put the babies in when they're first born in the hospital. If she had that, she would have it. Or if she had her birth certificate, it should have her time of birth on it, I would think. Anyway, she also got something on the website called a trio, which is a past, present, future candle designed especially exclusively for your past, present, and future. And each candle has a little pendant about that big that has a certain card from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and you can put it on a chain. You can wear all three. You don't have to show it to anybody unless you feel comfortable enough in doing so. Maria is fairly new into the craft. I am her teacher. I try to explain it to her on her level the best that I can, but sometimes it gets frustrating because trying to teach her is like trying to teach a small child, because of what the stroke did to her and how it messed her head up and messed her way of perceiving things. It gave her a permanent lifelong handicap that she'll literally have for the rest of her life. It can't be undone. I wish that magic could undo it. I wish a miracle would happen and that stuff would go away as if she never had it, so that she would be able to comprehend stuff, be able to understand and perceive stuff like many of us do. But it really, I mean, she's still alive. She can still have an intelligent conversation with people. She still has her own perceptions of things, but a lot was messed up when that stroke messed her up. Um, because, some strokes can be fatal to the point that it actually kills the person. I've I've heard many stories along those lines. So it's taken a great deal of patience and not getting irritated with her and agitated with her and annoyed with her, because it's like she's like a child in a lot of ways. Like, she'll watch a video about something really horrible that somebody does, and she's like, why did they do that? And I said, Maria, I said, there's no way to answer that. I said, we don't know why these people do these horrible things, but that doesn't mean that it's a good idea for you to watch them either, because they're just going to hurt and upset you, but she's always asking, like, why? Why did that person do that? Why is that person that way? Why is this? Why is that? And it gets on my nerves. So like I said, I love her dearly, but it takes a great deal of patience on my part because she gets so annoying. And I may sound hurtful and crude saying that, but I'm just stating simple fact. And if at some point in the future, Kelly, you meet her, you'll know what I mean. You'll be able to see for yourself. You'll see her in some of my YouTube videos. You'll be able to hear how she talks and understand what I'm saying when I say that she's permanently handicapped. She's not, she's not on crutches or anything like that. She's not on a walker. She's diabetic. She's Catholic. But, she's an all-around good person. And, I try to teach her as best I can. But sometimes it's just really hard because of the amount of patience that's required. Because I figure if I can at least get her started on meditations and learning how to do meditations and being able to, a lot of the time do them consistently with me, and then other times be able to do it to the point that she don't even need me. She can just do it on her own, which will make me very happy. And that's what I am going to take the time to do, to cleanse her bedroom, because she don't use it. She sleeps on her couch. I don't know why. She's got this big ass bed in her bedroom. It's a beautiful bed. You have to use a step stool to get up on it. It's that big. It's a comfortable bed. I've never slept on it. I've never laid on it. I've sat on it before, I think, but not to really any length of time or anything. But she has the bed at an angle which could very well compromise the space that I'm trying to work with in there, because she's got 2 dressers, 2 closets. She's got a couple of nightstands, and she's got this big ass animal cage, pet cage, that she keeps in the bedroom. And I wish that I could talk her into getting rid of that and putting it downstairs in our storage for her, because that would free up a lot of the space in there. Because if that's going to be our meditation room, then it needs to be clear of clutter and a bunch of unnecessary items in there that's just going to compromise and take up the space that we need to be able to do the meditations successfully. But let me take this time to say, Brooke, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to have you on this live stream, but I will try to get you a message here tomorrow or something, when I know that it's like you're most likely going to get it, and let you know that there's a couple new ones on here. Watch them when you can, because I can't always be on here as early in the morning as I would like to be. I have to keep sitting up because it's hurting my back the way I'm sitting, because of the way Kalika's laying across my leg. while my other leg is at a weird angle over here, and it's probably going to start going numb here soon. But I mean, I've been on here a little over 2 hours, so I'm trying to think if there's really any final words or anything I want to do in closing and just get off here. Go back out to the living room for a little bit because it's way too early to go to bed right now. Hope you liked it. Thanks for joining, Kelly. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Let some of the other Winding Road Coven, members know about it if they want to check it out and join. It would make me very happy, because then I know that people actually like my content. They like what I'm doing, and they're truly my friends because they're trying to be supportive. Blessed be. I hope to see you sometime here, but it would be nice to see you at the full moon celebration. But you'll have to get a hold of Yafa and find out the information on that, because I don't know if it's anything you can look up. Frank may have something on Facebook about it, so you can possibly check on there, because he has a Facebook page. He's on my friend list and everything. So, but you should remember him, because him and that one guy did that energy work with us that time where they went around with the tuning fork as we were meditating and stuff. That we did at the old shop. The new shop, if you haven't been there yet, the new shop, as soon as you walk in, there's this big open space, and I love it. The altar is really nice. She's got her altar done really nice and purchase. And I go to, as many of the events as I can get myself to, and as much as I can take Maria and Christy with me, I try to do that as well. So I love you. And I guess I will talk to you later. Blessed be and all that. And thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. Bye.